Hi, I'm Emma Murphy and I'm here today to do a series of small videos. We're trying to set this into a real life situation where we work with real riders working on their problems, so we don't have the perfect horse and the perfect video. Today I'm joined with Claire Hoey and her horse Objectivity, and Claire's just going to introduce herself and say a little bit about where she's up to with her riding and her training.
Hi, I'm Claire. This is my horse OB Objectivity. We've been up to B100 a couple of years ago, had a few issues with the show jumping, knocked both mine and his confidence, so we decided to take the plunge drop down to 80, and we've been sort of progressing from there really. Confidence is a big thing with me, nerves get the better, so obviously it'd be nice to try and get some tips on how we can overcome those and perform at our best really.
So Claire, you gave us three scenarios that you want to work on.
Yeah.
The first one being position and confidence. Obviously you've just mentioned that you've had confidence issues. So while we're warming up today, we're going to look at a little technique that I use with a lot of riders of, while they're warming up, of putting themselves into a little bubble. So we're also going to, as you warm up, we're going to have a look at your position, if there's any position checks that we need to look at, how to make you a little bit more effective in your position. We're going to use trot poles as well while we warm up. And then the next question you sort of mentioned was jumping off tight turns.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, so with that we're going to use an exercise which I call four-leaf clover, which is a star formation of jumps, and we have the horse coming in, and it's all done on one rein, changing the direction on tight turns and feeling that we've got the horse more onto his hocks and that the balance and the rhythm stays the same all the way through. So Claire, if you want to head off, we'll just have a little walk around, get the horse warmed up, and we're going to have a look just briefly at your position and how you feel at this moment in time. So if you were saying that this was a warm-up in a competition, what would you normally do in your warm-up?
I wouldn't do a lot of walking for the show because I've already quite warmed up from the dressage, so I'd just sort of getting used to the surroundings, and then I pop into trot. I do some lengthening and shortening of the trot to get him engaged behind, because that's where he struggles with engagement behind.
Okay.
I then pop into canter on both reins, do the same, shorten and lengthen the canter.
Yep.
Half halting just to sort of get him listening and get him effective off my leg.
Okay.
And then obviously I go into the jumping side of it.
Okay. So warm yourself up as normal. I'm just going to have a quick look and then I'll bring you back in and we'll have a little chat. So the first thing that we're looking at is when you first set off, you were quite collapsed through your core.
Yeah.
Okay, shoulders are quite round, your hands are quite buried here, and arms are straight. What that tends to do is makes the horse lean onto you.
Yes.
Okay, so when that happens, we want to say correct the position by saying open up from here. Not only will that give you a more feeling of command position, feeling of powerful, that's also going to help you mentally to say, I'm here, here I am, what are you going to do? When we tend to ride like this, it's almost like going back into fetal position. We lose that positivity that we have. So the more that we can say open up, get that head up, get that feeling of being proud, it'll help. Yeah, absolutely. It'll help with that feeling of, right, here I am, what are we doing? And if we just work onto a circle down here to begin with, so that it means that we can just have a look at everything. So I want you to think, imagine you have a tennis ball in the back of your shoulder blades, okay? And I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades back and push them down. Okay, so it starts to feel like you open up the front of your chest. So just have a shoulder shrug. Bring your shoulders right up to your ears, roll them back. That's it. Then I want you to just lift your hands, okay? I want you to think about your elbows being in a little elastic band, because that's where the softness comes from when we want to give and take. Okay, so if our arms are too straight and pushing the hands down, we've got quite a lot of tension then through our shoulders and our arms.
Yeah.
That will also translate to the horse, because the horse will just lean on it and do the same. So if we want the horse to be soft, we have to have the soft arms, because that's what he's relying on to be at the end of that rein. So think about a little bit more bend through your elbow. So if you just come into the middle a minute, I'm just going to show you a little position. Good boy. So thinking about, we always say about the shoulder, hip, heel.
Yes.
We also have the other one from the horse's bit through the rein to your elbow. So what we want to do is to think about here, so soft there.
Yeah.
That way we have a lightness here that we can play with. If the hands are down there, all we can do is fix ourselves, and we're going to end up here.
And then go further forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our eyes tend to go down, and usually if that's where we're looking, that's where we'll end up. So we want to say bring everything up and open the space up in front of us. When we do that, you'll find that he'll do the same, okay? He'll start to lighten up in front and be able to use his shoulders a little bit more, which means the power can come from behind and into that contact. So, thinking about those elbows, almost think about little puppeteer. Yeah, it will do, because your body is stuck into a position that is natural for you. Yeah. And when we're saying, well, we need to change this position, it's having to rewrite everything that you already know. So your muscle memory will say, no, this is how I ride, this is how I've always ridden, and now I'm saying to you, I want you to ride here. Yeah. So it's going to take a little bit of effort, a little bit of practice to say, no, not down there, up here. So keeping your eye level. Okay, you've got a fence around you here. Keep your eyes on that level. Okay, keeping them up. That helps then to stack your body, so your head is in line with the rest of your body, not tipped forward, looking down. So again, just think a little there. So we're presenting the hands in front of us, yeah? So hands are presented, shoulder blades back and down, and just think to bring your elbows more to your side. So just think shoulders back further, yeah, there. Okay, just for 1 minute, just put the reins into one hand, finger on the top, touch the top of your hat, and push yourself up to meet you, there. Feel that difference now?
Yeah.
So keep that position, put your reins.
Relax as well a little bit. Almost.
Yeah. Because we tend to be a little bit slouched, we can be a bit heavy. We want to say light, lighten it up so that he's lighter over his back. He doesn't have to work as hard to carry you and himself if you're light. So just have a little walk around like that. So think up through your hat. Think about the elbows, lift the hands, present them in front of you. So a little more bend through the elbow. So lift the hands again, there. So you probably find now you need to shorten your reins up.
Yeah.
So just think, bring that chest, shoulder blades back and down. Up through your core. That's looking much better through your upper body. Nice and tall. And just think, sit as still as you can in that saddle. So let him do the work. So again, just elbows, think bend, keep them at your side. So with a rider like this, one thing that I would tend to do is to put a bandage over their elbows and around their back. So it helps to bring the elbows in, keeps the bend, and also helps to bring those shoulder blades back and down. So opening that chest up, bringing those elbows to your side, to your ribs. So you're up.
Like chicken arms.
It is a little bit, yeah. But what I'm trying to say now is to bring them closer to your body so it almost widens your hands. So stick your elbows at your side, but lift the hand. There. That's better. That's much better. Keep the hand up. There. How does that feel now?
Weird.
Yeah.
But good weird, not like I feel like I'm doing it, but I feel like I know this is how I should be doing it.
Yep.
But it's like you say, it's training myself. Like,
yeah.
I go to that safe position all the time, and I need to teach to myself, this is where they need to be.
Yeah, and also what will happen is when you do your dressage and things like that, that's the perfect time to be able to say command position. Yeah, sit tall, open the front of that chest, open those hands, because that's where you want the horse to be, in front of you. You don't want to be shutting him down, you want to open him up so he's here in front of you. Yeah, you want those shoulders to come up. So have a little trot round, just think about that position, and what you think you're doing, exaggerate it. So if you think your elbows are bent, exaggerate the bend. Open up that chest even more, really push up through the top of your hat. So just shorten the rein up a little bit so that the hands can be presented in front. Think of 2 mugs of tea in your hand. You don't want to spill them down his shoulder because he won't like that. So lifting the hand, bend the elbow, tuck the elbows at your side. Think neat. Think of a little circle that you're sat in. Good. Now I want you to think about the lower half of your body, just bringing that knee back. And this is going to be quite difficult because now you're trying to think of 2 things at once, the upper body and the lower body. So while you trot round now, just stand up in your stirrups. Okay, bring that knee back. Good, there you go, better. Keep that position in your lower leg and carry on rising. Now just think about correcting the upper body, so lifting the hands, bend the elbows, tuck them in at your side, and open up the front of that chest. So try and push those shoulder blades back as if you're trying to hold a tennis ball in your back, in your shoulder blades. Have a little trot, we're going to have a quick trot over the poles, and then we'll start to this. Okay? So the first exercise that we're going to do now is just a quick trot over the trot poles. The reason that we use trot poles to begin with is just to get the horse to connect brain to feet. Okay, so he's been having a little trot round. Now we want to say, right, we've got pole work, we're going to be jumping, now connect the brain to the feet. It also gives the rider the feeling of connecting hand to leg, so we're riding the horse forward into a nicer contact, keeping them between the hand and the leg to ride straight over the poles, which is exactly what we need when we come to jump in the fences. Keep the eye level up. Good. Okay, have a change of rein, come the other way. Good. That's much better with the lower leg and the sitting taller, keeping the softness through. So don't change anything as you come over your poles, just pretend the poles aren't there. Just think rhythm and balance. Don't rush it, just let the poles happen. Good. One more time. And then hold that line, eyes forward. Lovely, well done. So looking ahead, straight, 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 straight. Yeah, much better. Now think about that tight turn, what you're going to have to do now. So keep that position you've just learnt. Keep those shoulders back, keep the hand in front. There, that's much better. Hold, pop, good. So ride a little bit straighter after you jump, looking at your turn now. Sit on your bottom. So for those tighter turns, you need to be sat deeper. Good. So once more round it all. So sit, hold, pop, good. Straighter, keep your eyes ahead a little more. So those first few strides of landing need to stay straighter so it gives you more room on your turn. So straighter, yeah, now look. Lift those inside hand, yeah, good, good, good. Lift and hold, that's it, lovely. Good. Looking, looking. Okay, forwards to walk. Now you've got control, leg back. Good. That's it. It's all right, just correct. So keep that leg back, knee back, think tall, push him out of that saddle. Good. Yeah, sit taller. So sit back now on that turn, sit up, sit up, sit up. Yeah, good, much better. Whoop. So keep going. So sit up tall, hold, through your leg. Good. Pop, good. Now sit, hold. Inside leg, inside leg, inside leg. Yeah, good. That was lovely. Nice, well done. So how does that feel compared to what you normally do?
A lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, straight away I was happy. I could feel myself sit, just not having to think about sitting up.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I have to tell myself in the ring, sit up.
Yeah.
Sit up. And it helps me to say it, but I don't want to have to resort to that all the time. I want to just know that I'm going to do it without having to remind myself.
Yeah. So we're going to change this now to having a single fence where we can work on the horse to learn to pick up a little more through his body. So the idea with this next exercise is to help Obi with his forelegs, getting him to be a little bit neater in front, think about picking up, and with the exercises that we've just done of being able to sit in a better position, thinking about those lines, getting the horse more onto its hocks, we're now going to put it to practice on a single fence that's going to be an oxer. So we're just going to start off with it as a simple cross pole, a double cross pole, just to help get a little bit of length and spread, and then we're going to start changing it up to help him to bring those shoulders in and be a little bit neater in his legs. So sit and wait for that fence. Good. Hands up in front. Good. Okay, come the other way. Good.